Well, hello, friends. I am out for a walk. Thought I would invite you along, have a little learning chat. If you've been paying attention to the news lately, probably think that things are looking pretty spicy for our nation, for the world right now. A lot of stuff going on. It never fails that in these peak moments of intensity, I get a lot of calls, I get a lot of messages, people reaching out, friends, family, clients, all the like, looking for help figuring out what guns, what ammo, what gear they need to survive the apocalypse. The truth is, yes, you do need to be prepared. But what I thought would be interesting today would be to share 3 things to help you make better decisions. Because ultimately this is about making good decisions, about the gear, equipment, stuff that you need. So, let's walk. If you think I'm off my rocker, let me know, comment. Otherwise, let's dive in. Number 1, fear. Fear is a mechanism in your body enabling you to survive, not thrive. When you perceive that you are in dire circumstances, your body, your physiology jumps into high gear to help make sure that you're ready for that short-term intensity to make things go. This is a horrible position to be making significant long-term decisions from. I want you to think about this kind of like driving a car. Normal life, everything healthy. You have a gas pedal, you have a brake pedal, you have a steering wheel, you have full control over the climate control in the car, and you can cruise along and get where you need to get to, make subtle changes to your steering, all that jazz. Now, fear in this analogy is the airbag. This is that part that violently blows up out of your steering wheel when the sensors perceive that you are about to die. Might save your life, that is very true. It's also probably going to break some ribs in the process, get some chemical burns. So this is the thing I want you to be thoughtful about. Fear can make you perceive that you're in a really nasty situation, can inspire you, but you're in a very, very vulnerable position when you are operating from that physiologically, psychologically, all the ologies. God did not give you a spirit of fear, but of power and love and self-control. Act from that. Tap into that. Ground yourself. You feel the volcano building? Get off that high horse. Breathe. Fast the media. Get off the internet for a bit. Make good decisions. All right. Number 2, virtue signaling. This is subtle sometimes, not so subtle others. And frankly, something that I'm seeing a trend of that I think is pretty nefarious, and I'm going to speak against it. So, business ethics. I think it's fair to say if you strip it all away, what makes a business ethical? Well, they have an honest product. They have something that does what it says it's going to do. It solves a real problem that is then marketed honestly, no deceit. It is priced fairly. It is sold into a free market where consumers can choose what they want and they buy it. You make money, you make profit, you pay yourself, your staff fairly, you invest back into the business, it grows, and off into the sunset you ride, following the American dream, and all is good, right? You're making judgments about products and services based on the merit of how good they are at what they do, right? And the value. Well, now, partially because of social media and just a myriad of other reasons, we've now invited this whack-a-mole thing where we have like a social credit score system for businesses, where businesses now are acting as moral arbiters. They're flexing their humanitarian efforts, their social justice activism, their ministry. Guys, it's like you can't go to the grocery store anymore without wondering what the heck kind of social causes they're into, whether it's morally deplorable that you shop there and get your milk and your eggs. Man, are you buying a gun because they tell you they're a Christian company and you want to support Christian businesses? They're putting those things out there, sure. Like, that's stuff that maybe needs to be judged, but like, why are we even doing it in the first place? These things have no merit to the outcome of the product. I'm going to give you a very simple example before we move on to the next point. So down the street from my house, there is a family that has a very, very nice truck, a newer model year Toyota Tundra out front that has a wrap. Looks really nice. Clearly a business, animal control business. And along the graphics and all the sleek looking stuff on that truck, you have the company name, the website, the phone number, and then stamped on the side in nice big bold text, kablam, veteran owned. Veteran owned. All right, so here's the question, and this is an important question. What does being a veteran mean to you being a good animal catcher? I'm sure some of you have some pretty snarky, probably really legitimately funny responses to that, but real talk. What about that identity point makes you or your product good against, say, other similar products in the market? I'm waiting. It doesn't matter, right? Like, the play here is that you're going to feel some sense of virtue, that you're excited that you get to support a cause that you believe in. You're going to buy that service. You're going to hire that guy because you want to feel good about supporting a veteran business. Guys, this is lunacy if what you're after is a competent solution. If you do things based on what feels good in the short term and you ignore the long-term repercussions, you're volunteering yourself to failure, right? We hire people based on their merit, based on their qualification to do an actual job. We bring equipment into our lives because it solves an honest problem that we're having. And it does it when it counts. Anything else going on with the business is a pretty nefarious thing. Like, why are we shoveling that about like it's important? Guys, if you want to feel good about yourself in this regard, maybe stop buying so much stuff. Maybe go out and volunteer at your local charity or shelter, or heck, go to church, tithe, go join the Peace Corps, right? Do something meaningful to give back and stop thinking that supporting a for-profit business in that thing based on whatever they tell you, they can tell you whatever they want, doesn't make the product or service or anything any better or worse. But now you have to judge it on a moral level, which is ridiculous. Stop doing that. And when I say that, I'm mostly talking to businesses. Stop playing those games. Just be a good ethical business. That's it. End of story. Move on. Which is a good segue to point number 3 as I make a turn here. Peer pressure. You start making decisions based on what your boys are running, what you think looks cool on the internet, right? You've just been scrolling on Instagram a little too long, and you've seen the 873rd version of the SIG P365 that just came out, and you're thinking, man, that looks pretty hot. I need one of those in my holster. You've dug the deep, dark interwebs of YouTube and you found every modern samurai project video you can. And now you're showing up to the range with your Walther PDP steel frame with the Hollow Sun 507 comp, giant window optic, Surefire X300 turbo in your tier 1 concealed MSP holster. And guys, you're wearing a hoodie, even though it is triple digit outside and you're sweating and dying. But man, that hoodie makes your draw real fast. And you're looking pretty cool to your bros when you go to that range trip. But for goodness sake, is that really what it takes to have a good solution for gear? We start seeing these pockets of thought permeating within the internet, and it's the same thing. It's institutional inbreeding. It's people who are like now caught up in these echo chambers who think this is the way, this is so good. Look at how fast I can be, and that's important, right? In a real gunfight, I need to not get killed in the streets. No, I don't want you to get killed in the streets. But like, for real, that's your metric for how this works. Have you even shot? Like, you go out and train? Do you know anything about anything? All right. I'm usually carrying a Glock 19, Gen 5, with an RMR on it, Trijicon RMR, pretty basic, very proven optic, TLR 7. The hottest, blingiest new thing I've got right now is the new TLR 7 HLX. Higher candela, higher lumen. It's like more light. Why not? That makes sense. It uses the same holsters. Love my Tenacore holsters and my Hunter Constantine carry belt. These are all very simple things. But as it turns out, I'm going to tell you a little secret. You ready? The last 2 weeks, I've been carrying a stock Glock 43. Yeah. No modifications. No optic. Just a simple little Talon grip. 10-core holster. Man, it's so comfy. I'm wearing it right now as I walk. I know the limits of my capability. I also know the fullness of my capability, so I'm quite confident carrying it. Not delusional. But guys, I'm in Tennessee. I'm not a combat zone. If I was, this would all be very different. So just be careful. Be so careful getting caught in the marketing traps, in the prevailing knowledge, this and that. Understand yourself. Understand human performance. Carry what's reasonable. Use what's reasonable. Have something, right? But paralysis by analysis, thinking about all this stuff and then doing it for some social credit instead of reality credit, because all that stuff, again, it really counts. All that's going to strip away. And you're going to have nothing but violent reality. And the quality and the integrity of your discernment and the solution that you made is going to be what's judged. So the antidote for all of this, guys, is to be grounded in reality. To disconnect from the hyperbolic nature of the media, to be present in your community, to know yourself, to not be swaying to and fro in the waves. Like, that's a good mark, right? When everyone else is panicking and on fire, you're calm and making good decisions, right? Like, that's a good temperament of someone who's truly dangerous and capable, right? Meditate on that, stew on that. Let me know. You think I'm crazy? You love it? Comment, DM, connect with me at fortitudetraining.us. Get out and train. It's a great antidote for this too. Actually know what you're capable of and develop yourself, because that translates across all of this. Guys, I love you. Hope your week is going super well, despite all of the efforts of the world to tell you otherwise. Love your family. Love God. Check it.